Hey guys, Panobi here, bringing you another Narrated Wi-Fi battle. This one's with Combo from T-Flare. It's my new NU team that I'm testing out here for the first time, and it's a pretty long battle, so I had to put it in ×4 speed. So get ready for some pretty quick narrations. He's going to lead with that guy. I'm going to lead with my Jump Puff. I'm going to go for the sub. He's going to go for a Trick. That works out well for me. He's going to switch into Sableye while I go for the Leech Seed since he's stuck on Trick. Now I'm just going to go for the Sleep Powder after Leech Seed misses. I'm going to set up another Leech Seed. He's going to stay in to try to burn off some sleep for some reason. I'm going to switch into my Turtle Tiger version 2, my Torkoal, so that I can get a chance to set up some Stealth Rocks, either way he switches or stays in. He's going to switch, which is a pretty good move on his part. He's going to go for the T-Wave, and I'm just going to go straight for an Overheat, which is going to get a crit to finish that off, so sorry about that, because I'm sure it did matter. He's going to bring in that guy. I'm going to switch into my Hypno. Sets up a Reflect, pretty good play. Going to go back into the Sableye, hopefully burn off some sleep, predicting either T-Wave or Toxic, so that's a good move on his part. I'm going to go into Entei, thinking that he can't really do much to me, so I can set up, because this is my new Entei that kind of mimics the Froslass Xenon set that he made. And yeah, it's a really cool set. I've had 2 or 3 battles so far, and it's done really well. So yeah, 4 HP, so I can survive an S-Toss. And he's going to have to switch out here, and I go for the sub on the switch. Unfortunately, Tauros is a good counter because it's both faster and gets Intimidate. So I'm just going to go for the Fire Fang so I don't waste my sub, and then switch into my F That Noise version 2, a physical wall. He's going to go for the Stone Edge, which unfortunately is going to get a crit. But he's just going to decide to switch out, probably predicting Will-O-Wisp, and I'm going to predict that switch and go for a Confuse Ray. So now I'm going to switch out into my special wall, thinking he's going to go for the Eruption. I don't know what he went for, but he hit himself in Confusion, so that's good for me. I'm going to go for the Wish here, looking to Wish Pass back into my F That Noise, because I think I'll need it later to be able to take out that Tauros. And he, I believe, went for a Wish himself, and he's just going to go for the Will-O-Wisp while I go for the Confuse Ray. He's going to go for another Wish, and then I'm going to predict the Wish Pass into Typhlosion, so I'm going to go for a Nightshade here, hoping that with the Stealth Rocks I would be able to get a kill. Unfortunately, that's not the case. He's going to barely survive, and that Wish Pass is going to work out well for him. But that damage was definitely useful, so that Nightshade will help out later. We're both going to switch. He went to Sableye, I went to Hypno. I'm going to go for a Toxic, he's going to go for a Will-O-Wisp. Unfortunately for him, his misses, although I do have a Heal Beller and my Jump Up knows Aromatherapy, so it didn't really matter too much. And I'm just going to switch out here into my Entei because I want to get the Wish Pass, and because I can handle that Sableye pretty well. He's going to make a good play and switch into his Metachan. But unfortunately for him, Entei is faster, so I'm going to set up my sub, he's going to set up his sub, we're both going to break each other's subs. And like Xenon says, if you play with luck, you get lucky. So I'm just going to go for the Swaggy here and hope he hits himself, and he is going to hit himself, which was pretty big. That was a good play for me. I don't know if it would have KO'd with the +2, I'm not sure, but that was pretty good for me. So I'm going to set up the sub here while he switches, and then I'm going to go for the Swagger. And pretty much, like, a lot of the rest of this battle is going to be me swaggering and trying to get the Psych up, and he's going to be trying to Wish Pass. And I'm going to predict some of these switches and go for Swaggers, so that whatever he brings in will be confused. Unfortunately, I didn't predict that one, so I am going to go for the Psych up. And then I believe I go for Psych up again as he goes into Sableye. Yada yada yada. So eventually I'm just going to get tired of trying to go for the Psych up, and I'm just going to start using Fire Fang so I can get some damage in, because I'm really going to need to get damage in on these things. Especially that Gardevoir, because I don't want it Wish Passing into the rest of his team. So yeah, I'm just going to keep going for the Swagger and keep going for Fire Fang, which is actually going to do some pretty good damage. And unfortunately for him, he's going to get the Confuse Hacks, so he can't get off the Wish. He's going to switch into Typhlosion, which after the Stealth Rocks is going to get killed by 2 Fire Fangs. Unfortunately, I'm going to lose a Speed Tie here that I didn't know was a Speed Tie, and he's going to get an Earthquake off, but luckily for me, it doesn't really do very much damage. And I missed a Fire Fang earlier, which kind of sucked, but, you know, whatever. So he's going to bring Tauros, get the Intimidate. I know he's faster, I know he can take me out, so I'm going to go back into my F That Noise version 2, but unfortunately for me, he's going to get a second crit. And I'm just going to stay in here as Death Fodder so I can bring in my Kansas. And he's afraid of the Sleep Powder, so he's going to switch into Diamond. I'm going to predict that switch and go for a Substitute, which works out well for me. I'm going to go for the Leech Seed here, get some continuous damage, and so that I can switch back into my Entei and get a little bit of recovery. I'm going to get back to full health with the Leech Seed. He's going to take some Toxic, so that's pretty good for me. He's going to go for the Recover here while I switch into Entei, which is going to then get the Leech Seed and Leftovers, so it's looking pretty good. I'm going to go for a sub here on the switch, which was a good play on my part. Yeah, he switched into Medicham, which I'm just going to go for the Swagger. I have a sub up and I'm faster, so it was really only a matter of time before we got hit with Confuse Hacks there. He's going to switch. I'm just going to go for the Fire Fang. It's going to do not that much, but with the poison, I'm pretty sure a second one will be GG for that Sableye. He's just going to go for the Sucker Punch, which doesn't even break my sub. So, yeah, a little bit fail there, but, you know, whatever. And I'm just going to kill the Gardevoir with a Fire Fang, kill the Medicham with a Fire Fang, and kill the Tauros with a Fire Fang while he takes out my sub. So this Entei kind of sweeped his team. But yeah, Swagger with Stealth Rocks is kind of broken. And yeah, there you go. I'll see you guys in my next video. And peace out, YouTube.